This is our women's group launch session. So we are not going to talk anything about specific topic or anything as such, but just give you a brief idea about what is the vision behind this initiative and what you can expect from this initiative. Who are we and whom we are welcoming in this group? What are the benefits of joining this session or this group as such? These are the things we are going to just address in this session. So we won't have any specific detailed topic as such to discuss or anything as such. It's just maybe maximum 30, 45 minutes maximum. We'll try to cover all these slides within that duration. So that's the agenda of this session. So before we begin, maybe okay. So, before we address anything as such, first of all, we should just talk about our vision and why we decided to create a group like this one, and what's the motive behind this, and why we have a specific group as such for women community, specifically dedicated to women community as such. So, this is something we have to understand before we talk anything about this group or anything about the vision forward or mission going forward. So maybe I'll just start with my story or like I like to make it a bit more interesting as such. So maybe I'll just talk about how it was the condition during my college time or when I started working in corporate sector, what I felt and why I felt the need for having this kind of a women community as such. So maybe we'll start it from there, and then we'll try to go in detail about other topics building forward on top of it each other. So first of all, when I was a student in IIT Kharagpur during my engineering time, um, I was like the only girl or the only girl with a visible hijabi identity as such, because that is like a unique category of students, right? So I was the only student in that manner, from around 1,800 students who were enrolled into BTech and dual degree curriculum that year. So initially, I wasn't thinking about any of that kind of stuff because I was more into thinking about how the curriculum would be, what I'm going to study, how my college life would be regarding the studies topics as such, because that's the way we are conditioned to think about all those things, right? We never really care about how it would be, the culture, how it would be, or are we going to feel alone, or how are people going to treat us? All these things usually students won't even think about. We won't even give time for those kind of topics. That's the way we are. Like most of us are not into those kind of things. So exactly the same. I was also not thinking about how I will feel. Like, will I feel lonely because of being the only hijabi girl in the whole campus, or I never thought of any of those kind of things. So I didn't even care about my appearance or whatever I used to wear, or how I was presenting myself before the people or before the students or before the teachers. I never thought any of those kind of things. I just went as raw as it is, like the way I used to conduct myself or whatever things I used to wear. I just went with the same kind of appearance, I would say. Like back then, I used to dress up like a village girl. I never knew this Western style of outfits, or I never even thought about changing my style or outfit or anything, the appearance or anything of that sort. I was even thinking of, or maybe I used to think that never matters. It doesn't matter. We shouldn't think about what we dress or how people think of ourselves. I felt like those kind of topics are unnecessary or waste. I used to think that way. But now I know that if at all somebody might have helped me understand those kind of subtle situations or subtle topics, then probably I might have worked upon myself, because I feel like the way I went, and it was not a ideal world, right? The world is like real as in people are supposed to treat you differently. You are going to get biasedness, or you are going to feel cornered. all those things will happen because it's not just about how we see ourselves, it is also about how the environment see ourselves. So sometimes you might face these kind of situations wherein you are feeling cornered because of your identity, or you are feeling discriminated because of identity, and it got a lot to do with the way you conduct yourself, or also the way you dress up. Even it's like a very basic thing, okay. I'm not saying that dressing up is very important as such, but even though we feel like it is not important, it got to do something to play with the way people treat you. Okay, so in real situations or in culture which are not ideal, I mean, the whole world is not ideal, everything is real. So the way people treat you can be based on how you dress, or can be based on your unique appearance. So first of all, when you look at this kind of a woman, you might assume that, okay, very educated, very brilliant, very smart. That's the way you might feel. Like that's the kind of bias you have. But let's say you see someone who is dressed up in a salwar suit, in an ethnic outfit or something. Some people might take her as someone very backward, who is from a village, who may not know stuff, who might be very foolish, stupid. That some people might assume those kind of associations. Okay, it's not that it's right or wrong, but it's the way people are. In certain cases we have to accept the fact that this is the reality. And what happens because of that, if certain people treat you that way, like it's they may not just keep it in their mind, maybe they as well show it to your face, as if you are a stupid girl, you don't know anything, that's why you are dressing up like this. It can actually affect your self confidence, self esteem. All those things can happen in case you are not that confident about yourself. This is exactly what happened in my case. Okay, I was a very confident kind of a girl. I was in my school years. Like I didn't have any problem with being my identity in my clothes, in my culture, or anything in my specific appearance as such. I never felt less confident. I was very confident. I was able to like get up on a stage. I was able to talk with my voice. I was able to do it all. There was no problem. But when I went to college, and when people started treating me a bit differently, or because I understood that I am a bit different from the whole masses which were available in that campus. More or less, the students from IIT campus are many are from city background and all, so they would be wearing these Western outfits and all, and you will be a bit very different from the masses. And obviously, you also start feeling this kind of thing in your mind that maybe I am a bit different from the whole community, or the people who are there in this campus. Maybe I don't fit in this particular environment. Maybe as they might be treating me, maybe I am a bit stupid, or I am a bit foolish. These kind of thoughts, these kind of negative thoughts can start accumulating in your mind, especially when you are not that much confident about the way you see yourself. So I was not very confident about the way I used to see myself, especially in that culture wherein there are nobody with whom I can share my feelings, or with whom I can say these things out loudly, the way I am feeling, or maybe the way I am thinking. So it all affected my self-esteem or confidence, I would say. So then in my college, I was very, what I would say, very silent type, or I was not very confident to go onto the stage, or go onto this in front of your class and talk about something. I wasn't feeling confident at all. It was as if my confidence was going from this level to negative infinity kind of. My whole everything about my personality was getting affected. I wasn't the same person that you might be knowing me from Instagram nowadays. I was a very different sort. So I felt like it all happened because I didn't have somebody with whom I can learn beforehand, or from whom I can understand what kind of a situation I'm going in. How do I better blend in with that culture? How do I make myself confident so that I won't get affected by this kind of situation that will come up in the future? These things I never thought of. So now I feel like if there was a situation that kind, or there was a supportive community back then, maybe it wouldn't have affected me. Maybe I would work upon myself. I will figure out what kind of outfits make me feel confident. Especially nowadays, I don't know if you might had the similar thoughts or not, but at least I feel like in certain outfits I feel very confident, whereas in certain outfits I don't feel very confident. Especially when I go to work, let's say I'm wearing some certain outfit, I feel very confident. I can go on to people, I can talk to them. In a public place, I can go alone. I won't feel like I'm not good enough for this place or something like that. I won't feel that. But in certain other outfits, I used to feel like maybe I'm not very good. Maybe I shouldn't go and talk in the stage. I shouldn't take that mic and talk. I used to feel this kind of thing. I still feel that. So I feel like I'm just talking about one simple aspect as such, like the way we dress up in a corporate culture, in or in a college culture or something. There is this subtle or minute thing which we don't usually notice, but I feel like if there is some way these kind of topics can be brought up or can be talked about it and maybe given some ideas or insights, maybe this is going to help somebody who is coming to this field or who is going to their college. Maybe that might help them, and it might even help them not affect their confidence or the way they see themselves, all these things. So that's why we felt like we should create a community as such, especially for women, because whatever we as women face is not the same as the other gender. You know that, like, I'm not saying men don't face any problem, but when it comes to women, we as women face a lot of different unique struggles which we cannot even share or make the other gender understand. If you just talk about one simple topic as for example, when we commute to office, we have to think a lot of aspects like in which route we are going, at what time we are going, with whom we are going. There are a lot of things we had to consider, even if we are just going for the same job as our male colleagues or to the same place as our male colleagues. There are a lot of other things we had to think or consider, or better make sure that we are all good, we are in a very perfect situation. Just before, when I said about the offline session tomorrow, one of the member in our community asked me, are you making sure we are all good, if the situation is good enough for the women to just come and attend with the male people around there, is it safe? So these kind of thoughts will never cross the mind of a male person. But what about women? We as women, even if we are like empowered enough to work, to go out, to do anything, even then these kind of thoughts come into our mind, because we know that we are the situation that we live in is not that same as our male colleagues or our male counterparts. So that's why it is very necessary that we have a supportive woman folks around us who can understand our struggles, who can understand our day-to-day life, what are the problems that we face, or what are the situations we go through in, so that better we can leverage to each other's experience. I would say, like, we all have, unique experience in our day-to-day life. Maybe the experience that I have as an engineer may not be the same as somebody who is in the doctor profession, and may not be exactly same as somebody who is in a teacher profession. It would be very, very different. So there is no way that I can get the insights of a teacher in this kind of a field without knowing them personally. Maybe I may not have that kind of a person in my immediate
I want to add
friend
one
circle.
thing. I want to
Yeah.
add thing here.
Yes.
So, like you
Yeah.
explained, right, in terms of our outfits, how we are differentiated in every environment. Similar kind of a thing
Yes.
that I have noticed in, especially in corporate, like after being in corporate, I think most of the girls here are also from, they are doing one or the other kind of jobs there, right? So everybody might have noticed this thing called, I don't know whether it is a real word or somewhere I heard it is called mansplaining or like man explaining. In the case, like if
Yes.
man is explaining, people never take over. I mean, people never. I mean, for every kind of opinions, only when the man like man are stating their opinions, it's valued more as compared to female.
Yes.
It's kind of a thing we have
Yeah.
faced every time, right? And men
Yeah.
have every, even if like the difference is that if a girl has a lot more knowledge, and she also has statistical data or any kind of thing, proof of concept or anything we can say, still she will not be that confident to state it out when it comes to corporate or
Yeah.
even in college. I feel like. But
Yeah.
uh, on the contrary, if the men are like, even if they don't have much knowledge, they are so much confident about stating even so stupidity. So that
Yeah.
so women are like, if we want to state something, we do a lot of research, we make sure we are not saying anything wrong, and still we get like when we then come and say about it, then we get countered by some men who does not have any idea about it. This kind of thing especially happens towards females in corporate, and we should yeah, Juvaira is saying like she can also she has also
Yeah.
faced.
Feel free to add in. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel
Yeah.
like we should come up with this kind of situations that we face at the workplace, and we should discuss about it, and we should decide on what we can do as women to counter this
Yeah.
kind of attacks. I say these are attacks only, right? Only because we are a female, you are being attacked by different kind of things that are created by the men in general.
Yeah. Yeah. You are right. Juveria, you have something to add in?
And she was adding to that point that she has
Yeah.
also faced this thing.
Awesome. Yeah, then that is one thing, and on top of it, what happens is, most often what happens is that we are kind of the pioneers in this kind of sector, right? Especially forget about being a hijabi woman or Muslim woman as such. Even if you take the female gender as such, the number of female colleagues in any corporate sector would be very less. And on top of it, probably from our family, we might be the first ever woman going for a corporate job. So most often what happens is that, let's say we face some trouble, we cannot even share with our mothers or even our siblings. They may not be able to understand it from our shoes, because they won't even know what we are talking about or what we are sharing. Probably even if we try to explain to them, probably they might take it as, oh, there is nothing big, it might be some simple thing you are trying to exaggerate. So they will never understand the struggle we are facing, or the way we feel alienated, or whatever it is. Probably even our immediate siblings or our cousins or someone from our family may not be able to exactly explain or understand the situation that we are going through, be it inside the workplace or be it outside the workplace, the way you commute to office, the troubles that you are facing. If you say something kind of troubles to your parents, probably first thing would be, okay, then you stop working. That's the only kind of response you might be able to get in most cases. In most cases this will happen, but let's say your family is already educated, already have been through these corporate culture life, etc., then they may be able to help you. But that's not the case with a lot of girls who are in this corporate sector, who are currently working, and who are kind of the pioneer doing this in their family. So I feel like there should be some kind of a community where they truly get you. When you share something, they can understand your problem. They can also help you navigate through their experience. How did they solve those kind of problems? Or at least to just to share your burden and feel like you are getting understood or feel like seen. That's the basic motive behind this initiative, I would say. Then there is another a lot of other stuff as well, like the way the challenges that we are facing in our corporate culture, work life balance thing, career progression, corporate culture. How do we fit into different culture inside different companies? The way the culture is set in a software development field inside a software company can be very different from some other companies. Even when I talk to my sister, maybe she will be able to add to this point, because the way you see the number of female colleagues inside a software development field might be very low. The ratio can be very
And
disappointing.
I want,
Rizana, can you
yeah,
talk?
I
Yeah,
want to add one
yeah.
thing here, okay? So, only to increase the number of female participation in our company, I keep referring only mostly females, okay? And the very sad part is that even if we refer females and they get shortlisted and they give interview, in the screening round itself, most of the girls fail, right? So because this like my company is a startup, and in startup we don't give any kind of diversity quota or anything, right? It's all about how much you perform in the interview. Nobody cares about your gender. But the very sad part for us girls is that most of the girls does not even qualify the screening rounds, right? That is one of the huge gap why there are no girls in most of the startups. These are like one of the corner case of the STEM that we have the girls has never explored, right? So we should not limit ourselves. Like, it's not a big deal, right? If boys can crack it, we can also crack it. It's not a big deal. The only problem here I face is it's not the fault of the girls that they are not able to qualify the screening round, but it's the fault, like the girls need to be known, like what they need to prepare when they are targeting this kind of a company or this kind of any kind of roles, what they need to prepare, like just like the boys have a lot of networking and I mean that's, but in the case of
Yes.
ladies are mostly like especially when it comes to the developers and all, they are mostly like nerds and geeks, and they don't talk much outside, they don't have a social life, right? That's why they don't know like how you can screen, how you can qualify any interviews. Most of the girls don't have any idea, right? That's why they settle for any like mass hiring, or settle for any like kind of service companies or any kind of that. No, they don't come to startup not because they are afraid of the work culture or anything, but because they are not able to qualify the even screening round. So we should have some forum where we can prepare the girls before referring them to any kind of roles, right? That's how we can, that is one of the thing I mean we should be able to do with this kind of forums.
Yeah, most of the cases, at least what we felt is that we all are these girls who study a lot. I mean, including ourselves, we are more or less very very introverted. We don't try to talk to people. But whereas in the case of boys, they already have a lot of people who have gone through this similar culture. They have a lot of seniors. Maybe they have a lot of friends. Everybody who is already going through this kind of corporate culture life, etc. So they have a lot of people with whom they can actually talk about the screening interviews, blah blah. Whereas our case, what we just prepare a resume, we go apply, we wait for something to call us. That's it. We don't know what is going to happen in the screen round. We never knew. We don't even try to talk, or we don't even have a community as such. So this is some place. This is something we thought we are lacking in our case. So maybe this in this forum we can also address that case. And another thing is when it comes to personal and family dynamics, you know that. So what is happening? So let's say somehow a girl struggled a lot, she did her graduation, she got some good job, she feels like she's all done with her life, she's on the right track. Then comes this issue of marriage. And most often, what happens is that when the family who is arranging the marriage for her, in most cases, she may not be ready for the marriage in the first case. And then the groom that is getting arranged, or the family they are considering, may not be ready to give her choices. The choice, as in what she should wear after her marriage. Should she work, or should she is there a choice for her to decide to go for work after the marriage? Or if at all they are giving her the choice, what is the planning, like when is she going to have her child? All those things are not up to her. In most cases what happens is that the girl is never given these choices. It's already decided by her family, her parents, or the family, the in-laws family, which again affect her personal growth, her career growth, everything. She has studied, she worked all these years hard, everything, but at the end she's not given any choices. Is it the right thing to do? And in the current world, in the current society, most people think that girls should adjust. There is no way you can get married if you are not going to be adjusted to the in-laws condition, family condition, blah blah. And the way these things are like getting prioritized over your career or personal growth, well-being, whatever it is, it at this point it feels like a girl's choice or the way she want to live her life never mattered, not to her parents, not to her in-laws, not to anybody, not even to the society. She should live according to their standard. That's how the society is conditioned in this current scenario, in this current world. So what we want to do is to make girls empowered so that they start questioning the validity of these kind of setup. I would say this is like a trap. These are not the way it should be functioned. We should actually question these kind of setup. We should actually make the girls understand the importance of their personal and mental well-being, what actually matters in their life, how do they choose a marriage which is good for themselves and not good for their family or whoever it is concerned people, but it should be actually better for them. So we want to make the girls empowered to take decisions for themselves, such that they will take only decisions that will help in their personal growth and well-being. And again, regarding marriage and motherhood, let's say you consider the life of a
I want to
boy
add
or
one
a
thing.
man.
I want
Yeah,
to,
yeah, you
yeah,
can just let me just complete this.
yeah,
So when it comes to motherhood, marriage, etc., a boy never have to think twice. Okay, if he's going for work, he doesn't. Let's say a marriage proposal is coming in, he can just be with go on with the way his life was going on even before marriage. He can continue with the same kind of life even after marriage. Also, nobody is going to settle any limit, or nobody is going to put up some conditions. Okay, after marriage you should do this, you should do that. Nobody's going to do that to a man. But what about a girl? How much she has to do, what all kind of sacrifice she want to do, she has to adjust for. So these are the things that we girls have to face, and we want to like address these kind of topics as well, in addition to like our corporate related topics. Yes, Risan, continue.
yeah. One more thing is like girls are also conditioned in such a way that like just after marriage, maybe the after marriage, basically mostly it happens like girls are conditioned to believe that how much overworked they are, like in terms of they are doing multitasking, they are taking care of everything, not only their own work, job and all, they are taking care of their homes, they are taking care of their husbands and their families and all kind of these things. These are like overwork that is being put to women and made them like they are made to feel that it's a kind of heroism, but actually it is not. So even there is a talk like our mothers are the last kind of innocent generation, right? It's stupidity because our mothers endured a lot of overwork. They didn't complain, they even didn't know to complain. Their life was made to be, I mean, their world was made to be around the house and doing all kind of things for their children, their husbands, everything, right? But so from that we have also got this kind of conditioning in our brain, like if we are doing all kind of multitasking, we are great. No, we are not. We should be we should be able to, like, there should be a relearning thing, like we should break the learning that we have. I mean, we have to uh, unlearn first, because what we have learned through our culture is very much bad for our own selves. We need to
Yeah,
unlearn those stuffs. We need to relearn on the base of what is good for us, not considering what is good for the society. Okay, we can
yeah.
consider the society part should be some 30%, not the our whole 100%. We should not be giving the 100% to society and 0% to ourselves. right? It
Yeah.
comes to every single decision a girl makes after marriage. If you think about it, like before marriage, maybe girls are not meant to be doing so much for the society in general, right? But when after marriage, most girls are made to give this kind of decision, like you need to sacrifice your own growth and other perspectives for this, because that is what is expected for the society. But it's not expected for the society, it is actually expected for men, not for the society. So this kind of we need to have a sessions on like unlearning and relearning part that focus on
Yeah.
ourselves and not for the men. So
Yeah. That's exactly the point. Like, we have to break a lot of myths that's going on around. We are conditioned to believe that we have to be very perfect. Girls have to be very perfect in everything they do. After marriage, they should take care of their husband, their in-laws, their house. Then on top of it, they should be very perfect in their career. Then, if at all they give birth to a child, then they should be a very perfect mother. They shouldn't take a break. They shouldn't. It is a like it is shameful to ask for a break. Then you should be balancing everything. That is a strong mother, or that is a strong woman capability. If you are not doing that, then it means you are a stupid thing, or you don't qualify to be a woman in this society. So this is how we are conditioned to believe in this current world, or in this current society, I would say. Not the current world, not in every society the same thing is applicable, but in certain society we are conditioned to believe this way. Like, we are not, it is not okay to ask for breaks, and it is important for everyone, every single woman, to balance it all together perfectly. And I am seeing, like, I was talking to a lot of women in this corporate sector, in outside world. And then I got this feeling that even the women themselves feel like, if they are not doing all these things together, then that means they are a bad woman. They are already living that world. At least we are able to question, or at least we are able to understand the fact that it is not required to be so tired all the day, all the time. It is not required. At least we are able to appreciate or understand that fact. But some women, because they are going through this in like for a long years, or a long duration of time, they are already living in that fake world of belief that they are doing all those perfectly. That's why they are the best woman. If at all they are not doing that, or if at all they see somebody outside them who are not doing it all perfectly, then those women are bad women. So we should be like questioning these kind of, or breaking these kind of myths. We should be questioning and understanding what we as women should do for our own mental well-being and physical well-being, I would say. Then how we can better navigate this kind of situation. For example, at least I can say in my case, what I do is, I don't think it's my duty to take care of the whole house perfectly. And I don't think it's my duty to cook for the whole family all the time, or it's not okay to buy some ready-made stuff which will make your life easy, your day-to-day life easy. I don't think so. I don't think it is a bad thing to take help or to take support from people around you. I don't think it is not, it is a problem, because if you are not doing that, it will lead to your burnout. You will be working all the time, day night, every single time. You won't be taking any breaks. You won't have mental well-being. If your mental peace is not there, then you will be like a crazy soul. You will show all these nasty attitudes towards the people around you. This is going to happen. So before we lead to that situation, we should take care of ourselves. We should be our first priority. And how do we make sure that we are considering ourselves as the first priority? That is where we need to, just like the Verisana said, that's where we need to unlearn certain things, unlearn certain habits, and question the way the society is being conditioned to believe, all of us women, and then make decisions which are better for our health and well-being. So that's the these kind of topics are the things that we are going to address in the future sessions, or um, in our get together sessions, etc. So this is why exactly we talked about the need for the session, the diversity and inclusion, and especially when you consider the women as such, you know that inside the women, when we consider the whole gender itself, there are a wide variety of women out there with visible differences. Each of us are very unique in the way we talk, or in the way we express ourselves, or the way we dress up. It's very diverse. And because of that very particular reason, we need a platform where we feel seen and as well as valued, and where we feel that there are people who actually share the same values as us, who can understand us, or who can see why we are doing whatever we are doing. That is very important. We may not be good like the way the society thinks. We may not be fit into that good category of woman, which is obviously that is going to happen. But there should be somebody who understand why we are doing certain things, even if it is the bad way. But why we are doing that bad way, why we are doing that, there should be somebody to understand us, and then maybe somebody to help us get out of that situation which is not helping in our growth or well-being. That's what we are trying to achieve through this community. And then I feel like, especially in situations like this, it is not okay to face all these challenges alone, because that is going to tire us a lot, that is going to lead to downfall of us, or that is going to affect our things internally, not outside, but is going to affect internal self-esteem, confidence. These are very important, because once your self-esteem or your confidence is getting affected, then there is no way you can prosper in your daily life or in your professional life. You cannot prosper. You cannot prosper as an individual. So I feel like our challenges shouldn't be faced alone, but it should be something which should be shared, which should be taken out from inside of ourselves, and put it before some people who can understand or make us feel seen. So that's exactly the reason why we see that this particular community is needed for this particular gender as such. Maybe there is something similar which can be done for many groups, but I don't know what that is, because I am not a female, I am not a male, I am a female. I can only talk about the struggle that we as women face outside of, like, even inside work or outside work, or in our personal life, or in our married life, or in any other different situations as such. So that's why we feel like this is where we are going to do all these things. And let's go to our next page, or what is our mission, or what is our goal. So let's come to take this in a formal way. So this the main mission or goal is to have this connection or strong sense of belonging. That's the main agenda of this mission or this initiative. But in this space, we'll be sharing or conducting open dialogue session or experience or advices. You know that, like, at least me and Risana, we have been in corporate culture maybe around 3-4 years only, but there are a lot of women who have been going through these kind of struggles already. They may be having some 8-10 years of experience. If we can get to them on this platform, or if we can get to know about their experience, how did they tackle through different situations, like, let's say they have taken some career break, and how did they get back to their work environment, how easy it was, what were the supportive community that helped them through their struggles or through their life. So this is something you can expect through this community. Like, we are going to get more people on boarded, so that we can get all these life experience, because in this digital world you can see a lot of advices from Gemini, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, etc., but that is not genuine. We need a human experience. We need uh, real real situations. What are the real things going on in this world, and how did they tackle those real problems with real solutions? That's what we are aiming to get through from this kind of dialogues or open dialogues. Then we are also planning to equip women with tools, insights, confidence. Let's say one simple example would be like, today when I started, I asked you guys to just introduce yourself. Probably I can understand that feeling. Okay, I have been through that similar feeling. Back then, when I was in college, when we conduct these kind of online classes or something, when there is this online sessions going on, when our professor used to ask us to introduce ourselves or just to talk about something, I used to feel very much scared. I was not able to unmute myself. I used to feel this very big fear inside me. It used to choke me basically. No words would come out, or I can't even just click on that unmute button. That used to happen. I have been through that. So I know it is not something that you are deliberately doing. It's something within. Something inside of you is trying to stop you from doing anything. You just don't want to be seen, or it is like some kind of crippling fear, I would say. But because I have been through that situation, I understand why you might be feeling a little bit intimidated when we ask you to unmute or talk about something. This is like very very natural thing, or I would say like it's totally okay. You don't have to feel ashamed, or you don't have to feel embraced for having those feelings. But I can guarantee you that through this platform we are trying to get rid of those fears, get you to talk, get you to unmute yourself, get you to talk about whatever topic it is. Even if your English is not that good, it's okay. We are not going to judge you. It's just a group of women. We understand every single feeling of yours because we have been through all those feelings. So first of all, our aim would be to get rid of those things that is blocking your confidence, I would say. Then next step would be to prepare you for interviews. Like when you are going for interviews, just having these kind of communication skills or English is not enough. You have to actually show your confidence before them so that they will feel confident in you. It is not just through your work that you stand out. It is also through the way you talk, the way you conduct, or your body language speaks more about you than the way you talk, the sentence you use or the words that you use. So we feel like it is important for women, especially for women, to have these kind of sessions through which you will get opportunity to talk, to mingle, at least within the women community. First we will do that, then we can build on one step further. We can go on building. Then at the end you will feel like, okay, I was that person before. I am feeling exactly similar when I think about my college self. Okay, so I can see the difference, and it actually give me a lot of happiness because now I feel like, okay, I am this person who can conduct a session, who can talk to people, like 100 people or so. Talking to them might be a big dream for that girl who was in college, because it was an impossible task in that moment. I cannot even unmute myself, but now I feel like I have changed a lot. So how was it possible? How did all this happen? Which all stones I had to turn over to be able to be in this current position. So these are the things we feel like it's very important for girl community to know this and to understand, to learn through from people who have been through similar paths. So that's what we are aiming to achieve through this community. And another thing would be supporting each other, navigating different professional and personal landscape. When I say that, it is for people who are in our women community. We have people from different background. Okay, it's not just about engineers. There are MBBS students, there are aspiring teachers, there are aspiring other people like who are not into corporate sector, but who are willing to go for some work which will give them financial freedom. So there are different kind of people in our group, and so we want to get more people on boarded so that we can conduct session specifically for these different categories, and they can learn from each other. Because me and Risana are from a different, like maybe we can conduct sections for people who are going for software development or corporate sector, but we may not be the right fit for talking about people who might be going for doctor profession and all, because the way the life of a doctor is very different, entirely different from that of a corporate sector person, or it can be very very different from a teacher. So for each category you need people who are excelled or who have been through that journey. So that's something you can expect from this community. Then we will also acknowledge and uplift each other's, their achievements, their resilience. Those are the talks that are also we are going to conduct. Like whatever you have, let's say you did something incredible in your college life or in your professional life, we want you to share that with us. We want to know you, we want to also acknowledge you, we want to give you a platform to talk about it, to get that feeling, because most often you may not feel that, or you may not be able to express yourself uh, because of the fear of judgment or something in a corporate sector or in other sector where men are dominating. Whereas here you don't have to worry about it. Here all of us are women and we understand you, so we want to acknowledge your effort and we wanted to celebrate you. Basically that's what we want to do here. So, as said, I think these things are already shared. So, judgment free zone for authentic conversations. Then we will have some workshop, guest speakers on different relevant topics, like how do you do this career development, parenting, self care, culture, parenting. These kind of topics would be applicable to us as well, to understand from people who have been through similar situation, how were they able to manage it, being a parent to one or two child and then managing their corporate culture, or how did they develop, how did they did well in their professional life as well. So these are the things we need to, like, you guys can expect from this community. And not only about topics like work, blah blah, but also topics like self-care, cultural understanding, and especially I don't know how many of you have heard about these news is coming in about suicides that's happening after marriage, and all these topics which are not usually addressed in corporate world or in educational field. We want to address those topics which are faced by women community, and how do we get rid of those kind of situations. How can we better equip ourselves to not fall to prey or victim of those kind of situations. So these are the things you can expect from our community. And what other things would be networking opportunities. As Risana said before, we girls do not have a lot of networking available outside in the what offline world as such. So here we want to like kind of try to build in some network through professional and personal relationships, then mentorship, peer support, those who can offer guidance and understanding to our exclusive problems or troubles. That's something you can expect from this community. Also we'll try to organize events. Let's say we are able to like get a lot of people onboarded, and then probably we can try to conduct offline sessions so that we will feel more connected, we will feel more close to each other, because online world is not that very good for having this close feeling. So that is something we need to develop, so that it won't feel like you are sitting at the end of some system and I am sitting at some other end, and we personally don't know each other much, and then we are talking on some random topics. More than that, it is very essential to have some in-person communication, and then we will be able to understand the troubles that each of us are facing, and maybe then we will be able to step into your shoes, then appreciate your life or appreciate you as a person. So that is what we are aiming from this community. Then whom we are welcoming, we are welcoming women from all walks of life, irrespective of their background, whoever whatever background they are from. Even if you are not somebody who have done some graduation, whatever, you just completed your school education, then you are a mother also, whatever it is, we don't discriminate anyone based on their background or anything. You are welcome here. You are welcome to attend any kind of session that we are going to arrange. Then but right now, in the for the next few months or weeks, we will give a little bit more focus towards corporate women, because that's where me and Risana would be able to help. But later when we have more people from other background, like doctors, teachers, then just housewives who are balancing their home, whatever it is, we are going to just try to open the admission for all the different folks. And then when we have more number of women from different background, then we will be able to focus for other people people as well. So this is the current objective. Then we will also celebrate diversity of people from all the background, whatever faith they are from. This is not for Muslim women or anything as such. It is open for every community, any woman from any background, from any country, no matter which time zone you are in, no problem. We have people from, like in our beer buddy community itself, we have people from different countries. That is why I am like, I don't want to discriminate people on based on their time zone or anything as such. So everything is open for anybody. Anybody who want to be part of this community, they are welcome. So, and then benefits of joining, we already discussed about it. Like, we want to get you, or we want to arrange people for you who can actually get you. That's the basic agenda in one word, I would say. Then getting these diverse experience insights. So we'll mainly focus on these aspects of things. Anything related to corporate skills, blah blah, that we can do through Beer Buddy Beta group itself. You know that we have Beta and Alpha group. Alpha has school students, and Beta have engineering students and graduated folks. There itself, we will try to add other sectors as well, MBBS students, all those things. So all those skill related talks we can conduct through Beta group. If you like, all the sessions will be open for you as well. So if anyone, if you want to join, you can directly join that as well. But in this women community, we'll try to focus more towards these kind of talks, these kind of topics which are not usually conducted like the way it is for specifically for women. But that is where we are trying to give more focus, at least in the first few weeks of our community. Then we'll try to share whatever resources we have, or whatever development plans we have. All these things for both personal and professional growth, all these things will be shared with you. So that's the basic benefits that you will get through this platform. So, and one more important thing is, I don't want to keep it like this way, the way like I will, or me and Risana will say something and then that will happen. No, that's not how we want it. We want things from you. So we want active participation from you, contribution from you. We want your ideas as well. Most of you, because most of you are very unique individuals. So whatever problems you face may not be the same thing that I am facing or what Risana is facing. So you will be able to suggest more topics, or you will be able to suggest more events, or you will be able to get involved in detail. You don't have to think that it's me or Risana who is organizing. It's each of you organizing. So the ball is in your hand. You are open to suggest ideas. You are open to have any suggestions, whatever comes to your mind. You don't have to like fear about getting judged on that or anything as such. You just mention what you want, your expectation. Just openly mention that in the WhatsApp group, or just raise your hand, put your audio, video, whatever it is. Don't fear in anything. Like, uh, take it as an informal platform, just like the way you have your family group, or you will have your friends group. You will have all these things, right? This, just to take it the same way, our women community is like a very informal thing. We want to keep it that way. We want to open for all your action, all your ideas, or all your suggestions. So anything new, like let's say you feel like maybe this is good for the women community, let's arrange a talk on that. You are open to even arrange that. You just inform the people in the group. We all will join. If that is interesting for each one of us, we will also join. So take it that manner. So maybe that's just about the introduction slides I want to talk about. If you have something more, 1 second. Yeah, let's just go through the chat section.
Like people unmute and speak, no?
Yeah, yeah, guys, you can unmute and speak, not a problem. Here we only girls are there. Nobody is going to judge you or say anything about you. If you are comfortable in talking Hindi, that is also fine. Risana can understand Hindi. Even if I can't, she will be able to explain. Such a
Yeah.
motivation.
Hey, do you we have any girls who speak Hindi? I mean, Hindi there, Hindi or
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we have. I got some personal messages. Some girls are not just girls. Some kids and some people are more comfortable in talking in Hindi. So I already informed them, even though I am not that good in Hindi, but at least if you are there, then it's okay to talk in Hindi. Just, I know. Thank you, Azra, for your